We all know a lot of changes have taken place in the UK recently, and some of these changes have been good, and at the same time some of them have been bad. So in today's video, guys, I've got fantastic news for you, which is a good news as far as I'm concerned. I've actually mentioned this visa in my previous video I uploaded about the recent visas that have been added to the immigration rules. But however, I just mentioned it, I didn't give you a detailed information about this visa. So in today's video, I'm going to give you a detailed information about this visa, and also to tell you how you can move to the UK maximum within 4 weeks to 6 weeks. You should be in the UK. So this visa will enable you to move to the UK without Ielts. You don't need an Ielts for you to be eligible to apply for this visa. So if you're someone who is interested in that, do watch this video right to the end. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Fadira. If you're joining me for the very first time, I'm so happy to have you guys in my beautiful family. For my returning subscribers, I just want to say thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. I really do appreciate. God bless you. As earlier mentioned, I'm going to be talking about the poultry sector that has recently been added to the seasonal worker visa. So like we all know, if you followed my post, I think a week ago or a few days ago, I talked about the poultry sector that has been added to the seasonal worker visa, and I mentioned how much you need to earn for you to be qualified to apply for this visa. And I'm here to give you all the necessary information on how you can qualify to apply for this visa that will enable you be in the UK maximum 6 weeks. You should be in the UK, or maximum 5 weeks you should be in the UK. So I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about this visa, and at the same time I'm also going to leave the link to the full list of employers that can employ you on this visa in the description box below. So usually the seasonal worker visa used to be for agriculture and other sectors in that field, but recently on the 18th of October, the UK government have added a poultry sector to the seasonal worker visa, and this visa will allow you to come to the UK to work. And I think some companies are actually giving up to 12 months on this visa. And one of the good things about this visa is that it allows you to like travel to see your family and come back. It's not just one entry. So even if you're on this visa, you can go to your country, come back and start working if you've got the money to travel. Poultry sector added to the seasonal worker visa was introduced on the 18th of October. I think about 4 p.m. it was announced, and I did actually made a video on that. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to leave the link in the description box so you can see the video and also listen to it. And before now, I've actually made a video on the seasonal worker visa. I'm also going to leave that video as well so you can actually go and watch the video. But like I said, today in today's video, I'm going to be mentioning all the departments you need to work for you to be qualified in the poultry sector that has been added to the seasonal worker visa. So now, for you to be eligible to apply for this visa, you need to earn minimum of £10.10 per hour, and also you also have to work for at least 30 hours per week. So if you look at it this way, if you could remember that the care worker visa, you have to earn at least a minimum of £10.10 per hour, or £20,480 per year. But with this new sector, which is a poultry sector that has been added to the seasonal worker visa, you also need to earn about £10.10 per hour, which is not really too bad. Before I mention the different departments that are qualified to apply for this visa, I'm just going to give you like a brief information about this visa and why the UK government has introduced this visa. So reason because during the Christmas season, we all know, even if you are in Africa, you're in any country, you know that this Christmas period is a period that a lot of people buy chicken, buy frozen chicken. Like, it's a time that people really do a lot of poultry shopping. So now the demand is really high in the UK, and they are looking for a lot of people to come to the UK to work in the poultry sector so that they can be able to meet up the demand, which is why they have introduced this visa. Bearing in mind that this sector being added to the poultry organization is like, you have to apply for this visa between the 18th of October to the 31st of December each year. It's not like you can go anytime in the middle of the year to go and apply for this visa. No, it has to be within 18th of October to the 31st of December each year. So I think this is going to run for some time because they didn't specify how long this sector is going to be on the seasonal worker visa. But like we know, this is the time that people really buy a lot of poultry stuff from the shop, and they really need a lot of people to come to the UK to work in that sector, which is why they have added the poultry sector to the seasonal worker visa. So it's not a visa that will be running. Let's say if you want to apply for the visa within May, June, July, no, you can't apply for it. It has to be within October to December each year. So if you're unable to like apply for this visa this year, don't worry yourself. Just be rest assured that maybe next year you may be qualified to apply for it. Maybe you would have gotten a job from an organization that can sponsor you, and you can apply for it. So even if you're not able to apply for it this year, you may be lucky to apply from October next year to December next year. So I'm just going to list out the various departments that are qualified to apply for this visa. So this particular visa is open to those who are willing to work in the various departments. As I'm also going to leave it on the screen as well, so you can see it for yourself. So the first is that this particular visa is open to those who are willing to work as a butcher in the UK. If you're willing to work as a bird or game dresser, also in the poultry sector in the UK, you are qualified to apply for this visa. And also if you're willing to work as a killer and plucker in the poultry sector, you can as well apply for this visa. If you're looking at working as a plucker, you can apply for this visa. If you're looking at working as a poultry, you can also apply for this particular visa that is now added to the seasonal worker visa. If you're looking at working as a poultry processor, you can apply for this visa. And as well, if you're looking at working as a poultry sticker, you can apply for this visa. If you're looking at working as a trosser, you can also apply for this visa. Looking at working as a food operative, you can also apply for this visa. Also for poultry cashier or handler, you can apply for this visa. Poultry vaccinator, you can apply for this visa. So these are the various sectors you need to work for you to be eligible to apply for this visa. And like I said, the earnings that will qualify you for this visa is not really much. You just have to earn at least £10 per hour for you to be qualified to apply for this visa. To let you know how you can get a job on this particular visa that is newly launched to help a lot of people, especially those who are unable to pass their Ielts or those who do not even have any academic qualification. You just need to get a job in any of these organizations, and you will be given a certificate of sponsorship for you to apply for your visa to come to the UK and work. Well, for you to qualify for this visa, like I said, you have to earn at least £25,600 a year, or a minimum of £10 per hour, and you have to work for at least 30 hours per week. That is the only way you can be qualified to apply for this visa. So if you're looking for a job, you have to look for a poultry job that can pay you at least a minimum of £10 per hour, which I know that a lot of them are available to pay you that amount. Or if you can see a poultry job that is willing to pay you £25,600 per annum, then you will be qualified to apply for this visa. Applicants will need to apply on or before 15th of November each year, and those who are being sponsored as a butcher, bird gamer, dresser, killer and plucker, and just as mentioned before. So if you're willing to apply for this visa, you have to apply for this visa on or before 15th of November. And 15th of November is not too far from today. So this is the time that you have to go online, spend enough time online to look out for companies that can sponsor you on this visa. In my previous video, I mentioned some job sites, and I actually left some links that you can look out for jobs that can sponsor you on this visa. And as we proceed, I will continue to do my research to look out for companies that are currently recruiting foreign workers on this visa to come to the UK. Like I said, this is the easiest route for you to come to the UK this 2022. This one, you don't need to book for your IELTS and you don't need to book for NERIC. You just need to get your certificate of sponsorship and you go for your visa. And like I said, that it will take you less than 6 weeks to be in the UK. I said that because if you're applying for the seasonal worker visa, it takes 3 weeks for you to get a decision. If you're able to get a job, let's say in the first week of your job search, you're able to go for an interview and you're able to get a job. Once you get a job, they issue you a certificate of sponsorship. And once you get that, you're going straight for your visa. So this is a great opportunity for you to relocate to the UK as soon as possible. On this visa, you're not allowed to switch to another visa while you're in the UK, but like I will always tell my subscribers, that you don't have to switch to another visa while you're in the UK, but it gives you an opportunity to look out for other organizations that can sponsor you on skilled worker visa. That's because you're in the UK and we have enough time for you to search for a job that can sponsor you and also go for a lot of interviews, and all you need to tell them is you do not have a visa to work. And I'm sure that at the end of your contract, God willing, you'll be able to like get a company that will like, okay, don't worry, we're going to employ you. When you go back to your country, we're going to send you a certificate of sponsorship which you can use to apply for another visa. So this is a short route for you to like come to the UK and get a job that can sponsor you on skilled worker visa. However, visa does not lead to indefinite leave to remain or leads to permanent residency, because it's a seasonal worker visa and it's only valid between 6 months or 12 months. You will have to go back and reapply again. And the good thing about the seasonal worker visa is that the company can also sponsor you multiple times. Let's say you come to the UK and you work for them and they're happy with the work you have done. They can as well sponsor you in the next year for you to come back and do the same job for them, which is very good. Now, one of the things about this visa that I'm sure that you will not like to hear is that you cannot come with your dependents. You will have to be in the UK alone. But like I said, while you're in the UK for that short period, if you're smart, you can be able to get a company that will be able to sponsor you on skilled worker visa, which is a very good thing for you. Now, how much do you need to have in your account for you to apply for this visa? You need to have £1,270 in your bank account for 28 days for you to be eligible to apply for this visa. Now, for you to be eligible to apply for this visa, you need to get a job in the poultry sector. Like I said, I'm going to leave a full list of the companies that can sponsor you on this visa, and what I expect you to do is for you to check them out, go to their website, see if there are any job adverts, apply for them, while I'm also searching for jobs that can also sponsor you on this visa. So now, once you're able to get a job, what the organization will do, they just only have to send you a certificate of sponsorship for you to go for your visa application, which I know that some organization will send you the certificate of sponsorship and they will be willing to cover all your costs, whereas some organization will not be willing to cover all your costs. So what I would say, while you're planning for this visa, you have some money in your bank account to show your proof of funds for 1 month. Let's say if the organization you've gotten this job with, they are willing to cover your first month in the UK, they will state it on your certificate of sponsorship to say that they are going to cover your first month in the UK. So if they do that, you do not need to show any proof of funds. All you need to do is to pay for your visa application fee and be in the UK to do this seasonal job. Then at the end of the day, once the visa is over, you have to go back and possibly come back. And like I said, you can stay here and look out for other jobs that can sponsor you on skilled worker visa. And if you're able to get the job, good for you. You speak to the organization, tell them you have to go back to your country to apply for a new visa and come back with your family, which I said that this is the easiest way for you to come to the UK. You don't need Ielts for you to come. You don't need any academic qualification. You don't need any degree for you to come to the UK on this visa. So for you to be qualified to apply for this visa, you have to be 18 years and above. You can't apply for this visa if you're below 18 years. You just have to be 18 years and above for you to be qualified to apply for this visa. And like I said, you do not need any academic qualification or any degree. You do not need to go and start writing your IELTS, and the pay is good. You can be here and you may possibly see a job that will be willing to sponsor you on the skilled worker visa, and you go back and apply for the skilled worker visa and come back and start your job. The duration of this visa will be listed on your certificate of sponsorship by the organization that have employed you on this visa. On this seasonal worker visa, if you're coming as a poultry worker, it allows you to go to your country and come back and do your job, provided you're on leave or you're given some time to go and spend with your family, but it does not allow you to come with your family. And another thing, like I said, you cannot switch to another visa while you're in the UK. You have to go back to your country for you to be able to apply for another visa, and it does not lead to indefinite leave to remain, but it just only allows you to come to the UK, make some money, and at the same time, while you're on grant, you can actually look for other jobs that will be willing to sponsor you on a skilled worker visa. The cost for the visa fee on the seasonal worker visa, which is if you're applying in the poultry sector, maybe in other sector as well, it is £244. In some countries, it is reduced to £55 per per person. So I'm going to leave the list of the countries that the visa fee is reduced to £55 in the description box, so you can look at it. If you're from any of those countries, you do not have to pay the whole £244 for your visa fee. The visa processing time takes about 3 weeks for you to get a decision from the Home Office. They know how important those that work in the poultry sector are in the UK, especially this season that we are heading close to Christmas. So they will want to prioritize your application to some other applications that I know that they don't think that is in high demand. So if you apply for the visa, from what it says, that it takes about 3 weeks for you to get a decision from the Home Office, which is why I say in less than 4-5 weeks you should be in the UK on the seasonal worker visa. As a seasonal worker or someone who is working in the poultry sector on the seasonal worker visa, you can be in the UK 3 months even before the start of your job. So you can come to the UK and be in the UK 3 months before then. But however, you have to apply for this visa before the 15th of November each year. We are getting closer to 15th of November, so this is when to spend enough time to start looking for a job that can sponsor you on that visa. I went to a butcher to ask them if they can be able to sponsor on this visa, and he said yes, they can be able to sponsor. I now even was like, oh, I know even if you can be able to sponsor, you will go and pack all your family members and bring them on this visa. And he was like, no, that's the thing about this particular visas that are launched, you cannot come with a family member on this visa. You have to give it to people outside for them to be able to apply, because they know that if they said you can give this visa to your family member, then that means you will literally employ every member of your family. So this was what the owner of the butcher told me. He was like, no, Fadira, I can't employ anybody from my family because the Home Office will know. So this is an opportunity for you to like start looking out for jobs that will sponsor you on this visa. I'm going to leave a full list of companies that can sponsor you on this visa, so get in touch with them or go to their website to see if they are recruiting poultry workers, and send in your applications as soon as possible. Before you can apply on this visa, you must get a job from a company that is on the licensed sponsored list. I've mentioned that in most of my videos that the list is being updated, will I say daily, because I have a notification for it. Try and make sure you look out for the companies that are on that list. Lots of scammers right now collecting money from people to give them certificate of sponsorship. Guys, be careful. Do not go and pay for certificate of sponsorship to any scammer, to any organization that is not on that list. Like I said, I will definitely be looking out for jobs that can sponsor you on the seasonal worker visa, especially in the poultry sector, which has just newly been introduced. I will keep looking out for jobs that can sponsor you. And if you haven't seen my previous video on that, do check out the video. I left some links as well where you can check for companies that are willing to sponsor you on that visa. I'm going to leave that link in the description box below, so you can check it out and get in touch with them and see if there is any availability for you. Then do apply. But like I said, the only sad news about this visa is that you cannot come with your dependent. But if you're smart enough, you can stay here. You can be able to like get another job, go back to your country, apply for a visa and come with your dependent, which is good. It allows you to be on ground, so at least you're nearer to where you're looking for a job, right? I hope you find this video informative, and if you do and you're yet to subscribe to join our beautiful family, please do not forget to hit on that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, so each time I upload a new video, you're going to be the very first person to see that video. And also do share this video with your family and friends. Someone may benefit from it. This is even faster to get to the UK than any other visa, so do share it to your family and friends. It may benefit somebody you may not know. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and like I said, I will go look for jobs that can sponsor you on this visa, then I will share with you like I usually do. Thank you, and bye bye for now.